Hello children, welcome you all to my English grammar class on Madhu App. Dear children, in our last class we discussed two tenses. What tenses we discussed in our last class? In our last class we discussed two tenses. You see, the first one is use of past progressive tense and the second tense we discussed use of past perfect tense. Today we are going to discuss about past perfect progressive tense and some parts of future time. Okay. You see, past perfect progressive tense. And what is the pattern of past perfect progressive tense? You see, if we write a sentence in affirmative, subject followed by had, then been followed by ing form with the verb, then other words if any. If we write a sentence in negative, subject followed by had, then not. Instead of had and not, we may use its contraction hadn't, then been followed by ing form with the verb, then other words if any. If we write a sentence in interrogative, for yes no interrogative, first had is used, then subject followed by been, then ing form with the verb, then other words if any. If we write a sentence in WH interrogative, first WH word is used, then had followed by subject, then been followed by ing form the verb, then other words if any. This is the pattern of past perfect progressive tense. We will take an example. I had been reading for 2 hours when my friend came to meet me. You see, I had been reading for 2 hours. You see, this is the past perfect progressive tense. Okay? Then we are going to discuss about its use. Past perfect progressive tense is used. You mark the use of the tense. Number 1. To talk about an action that was in progress for a period of time. You mark a period of time. If a period of time is not given, generally we use past progressive tense. If a period of time is given, we use past perfect progressive tense. Now we will take an example. The car broke down on the way while we had been driving for 6 hours. Here for 6 hours we use what? Past perfect progressive tense. That means subject, we, then had followed by been, then driving, then for 6 hours. That means for this type of period of time, generally instead of past progressive tense, we use past perfect progressive. Number 2. It is used in indirect speech. That means past perfect progressive tense is used in indirect speech instead of present perfect progressive tense when the reporting verb is in the past tense. Now we will take an example. He said to me, you have been attending the class here. You see, said to, it is in the past tense. The reporting verb is in the past tense, and in the reported part you see present perfect progressive tense is given. How we will change? You mark it. He told me that. Here you stands for me. That's why here the pronoun I is used. And instead of present perfect progressive, we use past perfect progressive. I had been attending the class there. Instead of here, there is used. Okay? Next, past perfect progressive tense is also used. Where it is used? It is used in indirect speech as well. Instead of past progressive tense when the reporting verb is in the past tense. Once again you see, we are going to take another example. He said to me, it is in the past tense. He said to me, comma, inverted comma, I was playing cricket. You see, here the tense of the reported part is past progressive tense. How we will change? You mark it. He told me that here I stands for he. That's why we will use he. He had been playing cricket. Here past progressive is used. That's why instead of past progressive tense, past perfect progressive tense is used, because the reporting verb is in the past tense. Have you marked it, dear students? Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about future time. Dear students, there are many forms are used to talk about future time. But today, we are going to discuss about only 3 forms of verbs. Okay? Generally, these forms of are used to talk about future time. What are they? Future time. The following forms of verb are used for future time. Number 1. Will or shall followed by V1. Number 2. Will or shall followed by be, then ing form with the verb. Number 3. Will followed by have, then V3. 4. Present simple. 5. Present progressive. 6. Be going to followed by V1. And number 7. Be followed by to infinitive or to followed by V1. By using these forms of verb, we can talk about future time. Today, we are going to focus on 3 forms of verbs. Number 1, 2 and 3. Number 1. You see, this is the form of verb. And what is the pattern of the sentence? Subject followed by will or shall, then V1 and then other words. It is the pattern of this form of verb. Okay? Generally, this form of verb is used to talk about future time. Where it is used or when it is used? It is used to talk about general future. To talk about general future, we use this form of verb. Okay? Shall is used with first person. That means I or we. If the subject is first person, singular number or plural number, generally shall is used. Where will is used? Will is used with second persons and third persons. Okay? If shall is used with second person, mark it. When we use shall with second person or third person, it is used for order or compulsion. We are compelled, we are bound to do it. It is an order, it becomes a compulsion. If will is used, you mark will. If will is used with the first person, it is used for certainty or promise. Okay? Now we will take some examples. We shall complete the work tomorrow. The subject is first person plural number. That's why shall is used. I shall be back in an hour. You see, I is the first person singular number. That's why shall is used. But when we use shall with the second or third person, that the meaning of the sentence will be changed. You shall not use my bike again. It is an order. That's why shall is used after you. I will help you as far as I can. It is a promise. That's why will is used after I, and there is a certainty. Next, it is also used. That means will or shall followed by V1. This form is also used to talk about an unplanned future action. It is not at all planned. That means if you take to do something immediately, That's why for this type of action, generally we use will or fall followed by V1. Okay, that means to talk about an unplanned future action. Unplanned means if we take an action to do in future all on a sudden, and for immediate action we may also use will or shall followed by V1. I shall go to Puri today. It is not at all planned. We take an immediate decision to go to Puri. That's why we can use for unplanned future action shall or will. They will play match now. It is not at all planned before. It is not a planned action. It is an unplanned action. That's why this form of verb is used. Next, number 4. It is also used with some expressions. What expressions generally used before this type of or this form of verb? I think, I don't think, I hope, I don't hope, I expect, I am afraid, bye, we will meet tomorrow. For this type of expression, generally we use this form of verb. I hope it will rain today. You mark it. That means here will followed by V1 is used after this expression. I expect I will secure good marks. You see, I expect I will secure good marks. For this expression here, what? Will, subject followed by will, then V1 is used. For this type of reasons, we use will or shall followed by V1. Right, students? Did you understand? Very good. Now we are going to discuss about the second one. What is the second form of verb? You see, shall or followed by, shall or will or shall followed by be, then ing form with the verb. What is the pattern of the sentence? Subject followed by will or shall, then be, then ing form with the verb, then other words if any. And it is also called modal progressive, but it is present. That means where it is used? Number 1. That means this form of verb is generally used to talk about an action that will be in progress at a particular time in future. How? We will take an example. Samir likes cricket. And this evening there is a cricket match on TV between India and West Indies. And the match begins at 6 am and ends at 10 am. That means the match will be continuing at 7 pm. Why? It is going to be played. It is not played at all. It is going to be played. You see, that means it begins at 6 am and ends at 10 am. That means at 7 pm the match will be continuing. That means the action will be in progress at a particular time in future. That's why it is used. We will be watching the match at 9 pm. Why? It starts at 6 pm and ends at 10 am. That means we will be watching the match at a particular time at 9 pm. Another example. It takes me 5 days to read a book. You mark it. It takes me 5 days to read a book. Today is Monday. That means I will be reading the book or it on Tuesday. I will be reading it on Thursday. Monday, I will be reading on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. But I will not be reading the book on Friday. Okay? Right? For this reason, generally we use will or shall followed by be, then ing form with the verb. Next, you see will followed by have, then V3. And what is the pattern of the sentence? Subject followed by will, then have, then V3, then other words. Okay? Where it is used? Mark it. to talk about an action that will have been completed by a particular time in future. If an action will have been completed by a particular time in future, generally we use this pattern. We will take an example. We have already discussed the match begins at 6 p.m. and at 10 p.m. That means we will have watched the match by 10:30 p.m. That means by 10:30 p.m. the match might have been finished. That means we will have watched the match. The match will have completely finished. Okay. Number 2. I shall have read the book by Saturday. It takes me 4 days to read the book. By Saturday, I shall have read the book, or I will have read the book. Another example. The film starts at 6. It is now 7. That means we are late. You see, the film will already have started by the time, because it is 7. The film will already have started. Or we may also write this type of a pattern by using such type of future adverbial. My father will have constructed a new building by December 2023. That means by December 2023, my father will have constructed a new building. Did you understand, dear children? For this reason, for this type of things, for this type of action, we use will followed by have, then V3. Right? Very good. Now we are going to discuss about the questions today we have discussed. Number 1. What would you like to eat? Chicken or mutton? You have to take an immediate decision. What would you like to eat? And you have to take an immediate decision. I eat mutton. What I will write? It is an immediate decision taken to do in future. That means I will eat mutton. It is not capital letter, it is small letter. Number 2. I think it rained today. Here is an expression, you mark it. Such type of expression generally take what? Will or shall followed by V1. How will write? I think it will rain today. Number 3. Don't call me at 9 o'clock. Okay. I have my dinner then. That means the action will be in progress. Okay. Which form of verb is used? Very good. Will followed by be, then ing form with the verb. How you will write? I will be having my dinner then. Next, my uncle built, this is not built, this is build, B-U-I-L-D. My uncle built a new house by July 2022. You mark, here is a future time adverbial and by, generally by preposition is used. If such type of adverbial is used, which form is used? Very good, will followed by have, then V3. That means you will write how? My uncle will have built, B-U-I-L-T, a new house by July 2022. Next, number 5. It takes me 4 days to read the novel. Today is Monday. That means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. For 4 days, that means it will take me to read the novel. That means I read the novel on Wednesday. That means on Wednesday, this section will be in progress. So generally, we use will followed by be, then ing form with the verb. Here, that means we will write, I will be reading the novel on Wednesday. But by Saturday, I will have read. That means the action will have been completed. That's why we will write how? I will have read the novel by Saturday. Okay, dear children. So, dear children, thank you. Bye-bye for attending my class today.